Task 9 is about working and collaborating with the stakeholders, where we need to continuously identify stakeholders. We need to engage them with the help of a stakeholder register and a stakeholder engagement assessment matrix to keep checking their current engagement and desired engagements. And with the help of our trust, our communication, we have to use our NLP to build that trust so people can recognize our actions and they can trust our actions. So let's work with the collaboration. You are leading a hybrid project, delivering a compliance solution. The legal department wants maximum documentation, while the product owner wants rapid incremental releases. And in Agile, you are working as a facilitator. Both are powerful stakeholders. The team is stuck and progress is slow. What should you do first? So we know that our role is as a project manager is facilitator. So yes, we have to decide why I should throw it to the sponsor because the sponsor will create another problem. So let's facilitate the stakeholder so we can work accordingly, negotiate the agreements. Very good. Next, a high power executive stakeholders rarely attends meeting but frequently challenges decisions late in the project. He is participating but also creating problems. So resistant a stakeholder. The team feels surprised and demotivated when changes are requested. Before he agreed, now he's saying something different. So it means what? We need to have a proper acceptance criteria signed. Definition of done should be appropriately approved. What is the best approach? Increase the frequency of detailed status reports sent to. We have problem with one. Why will avoid others? Create a targeted engagement plan, including short executive briefings focused on key decisions. Seems to be the better answer. Let's go next. Remove. We never alienate the resistant stakeholders. Ask the team to stop work until a stakeholder confirms requirement. It will not solve the problem. It could be the option, but it will not solve the problem. So it's better that this guy is creating problem just because of one we cannot terminate the work. It's better to work with them and engage and negotiate. So yes, B is correct answer. Very good. Midway through execution, a major vendor informs you of a 4-week delay. Your sponsor is known for reacting harshly to bad news. The vendor suggests you wait until we have a recovery plan before informing leadership. What should you do? And we know that as per PMI code of conduct, we have to be honest in our communications or in our conducts. Inform the sponsor immediately with impact analysis and response options. Wait until the vendor confirms the new delivery date in writing. Try to compress the schedule internally and inform leadership only if needed. Escalate directly to procurement and let them handle the communications. So all are kind of tight options, means you can directly not decide, but the best answer is because what is happening? You know that a sponsor will be angry to the bad news, but it's not about if someone will get angry, I will hide something. If it is the answer, I will never take it. But because it's a complete answer, inform with analysis, then A is correct answer. Inform with analysis. If it is only informed, then it will never be the correct answer. because it is informing with impact analysis. So now you have the reasons, the validation thing. Then, based after telling them, then whatever the outcome of the meeting or after the outcome of this, then you can go for other options. But it's about delay and 4 week delay. It's not 4 days even. So you should have a plan that how these 4 days will be covered. You will present the option. You want to wait for this supplier. There will be another option. You want procurement to handle it. You don't want to handle it. So these options will be discussed during that communication also. And then whatever the outcome is, then that will be followed accordingly. So yes, A is in this situation correct answer. Let's next. A stakeholder request additional features that would increase cost and extend schedule. The project charter emphasizes time to market and customer retention as the main benefit. The stakeholder insists the new features are critical. What should you do next? Reject the request. You are no one to reject or accept the change request until it is defined in your governance that how much amount of change request authority you have. Accept the change to maintain satisfaction. Why? Perform an impact analysis. These are my lovely words, right? That we know these can be the answers. And facilitate prioritizations against project objectives and benefits. Add the feature, but reduce testing efforts to maintain schedule. D could be the better answer, but in our stakeholder approach, we need to engage with the stakeholder. We need to analyze the things. Options could be anything, but we need to work that we are working in collaboration, we are negotiating the agreements, we are working on common understanding, common grounds. We are not hiding anything, we are not dealing anything. It's a human nature to hide the things. It's a human nature to try to challenge yourself that yes, I can do it. So let me give an example also. When we train our individuals, our team members, so there are two options. If there is a technical glitch happen in IT, so there is two options. I can surely trust my staff and I can ask them to fix it. But we have a different vision for that. What we do, we always train our staff. I trust you, but do one thing. Open the ticket with the vendor and then you start working. Benefit. If you fail, then you will open that ticket. Then engineer will be assigned. But you open the ticket and while you are working. So two things are running in parallel. If you're able to solve it, close the ticket. If not, then ticket is already open and you can work in collaboration. We are not distrusting your qualification or experience or skills. We are just trying to reduce the time of solution. So this should be the mentality while working in the projects. We trust, we verify, we keep our options open. This is how you need to work in projects also. Next, you are implementing an enterprise tool. A department head refuses adoptions, arguing it will reduce productivity. They have significant influence and can block deployment. You do not have the authority over them. What is the most effective way to influence them? Whom you have to influence? A department head. Escalate to the sponsor. So department head is an internal person. So why should I escalate our internal thing to external? We have already discussed and I've explained you earlier. Engage them early, understand their concerns, and so create a rollout training plan with measurable outcomes. Ignore. Offer incentives to individuals to bypass leadership resistance. A very negative culture we could create. So yes, better answer here is also B. Very good. Next, a key stakeholder was initially supportive but has recently become skeptical and disengaged. They are delaying approvals and responding late. Your risk register shows approval delays as a high risk. What should you do? Update the risk register and continue following the existing communication plan. Delays are happening and you want to continue. Means something is happening, you cannot continue, right? You need to change. And before change, you need to analyze. Replace the stakeholder, reassess their engagements, and update your engagement approach. Send daily follow ups until they respond. Means you are like a postman throwing the things. So, look, better answer here is C. Yes, all of you are correct. That is the correct answer. A highly influential stakeholder strongly opposes the project and often criticizes it publicly. Your team is losing confidence. Stakeholder concerns include loss of control and change fatigue. What should the PM do? Confront them in a meeting and explain why they are wrong. Focus only on supportive stakeholders to build momentum. Meet privately to understand their concerns, validate impacts, and agree on involvement and decision boundaries. Send a formal escalation memo to leadership to reduce their influence. You are not looking for any revolution, right? We need to work with the stakeholder, not against or without the stakeholders. Always remember this part. Your answer will never be incorrect. So, yes, all of you are correct. C is actually the correct answer. Next, stakeholder frequently claim deliverables are not what they expected. Definition of done or acceptance criteria. Even though requirements were documented. So they are denying what they said. This is causing rework and dissatisfaction. What should you do to optimize alignment? Ask a stakeholder to sign off requirements again. Again means you want to give up what you have done previously. Define measurable acceptance criteria and validate them early through reviews and demos. So look, this is the advantage when I explain you in the course. And this is what I have been teaching you guys, training you guys, coaching you guys. When you are reading the question, you should have an option in your mind. You should have possibilities in your mind. That will help you to choose your answer very quickly during the explanation or during reading the other options. So we already know it was related to acceptance criteria. So what we were searching in the options, acceptance criteria. It doesn't mean that I will stop here. I will go to C and D to check. Maybe there is a better answer. Increase developer communication, no. Reduce the stakeholder participation, no. So yes, I found my answer. I read all of the option, and this is the only available option with the information I needed. So B is better answer. Very good. Next, your agile team is delivering increments successfully, but a stakeholder complains, I don't know what's happening. I only see changes at the end. They now demand weekly detailed reports. What is the best response? Provide detailed weekly reports to meet the stakeholder request. Invite them to the sprint reviews and provide concise outcome based dashboards. Tell them Agile does not require detailed reporting. Stop. Why should I stop? So A and B are two answers, but one is better answer. We are talking about Agile team. When we say in Agile, instead of progress reports, we use information radiators like dashboards, like task boards, like burn down chart, like burn up chart. So isn't it better to invite them in the reviews and find out what type of boards will fulfill their requirements and provide them the access accordingly so we can meet their expectations and reduce their resistance. Very good. A stakeholder offers you to help you get fast approvals if you prioritize their department requests first, even though those requests are not aligned with the agreed project priorities. Whether it's aligned, whether it doesn't, we need to be very careful while answering these questions. Accept the offer, decline the offer, quietly accept, escalate immediately, and request. So we will not accept, right? We will not quietly accept. So A and D are out of the league. A and C, sorry. Remaining are B and D. Decline and explain the prioritization must follow agreed objectives and governance. Better answer. So yes, B is actually the better answer. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate